Hello everyone and welcome back to the 67th episode of PandTha Talks.
Hello.
I've got it all correct because this week I actually paid attention ahead of time.
He lies, he just guessed.
Yeah, probably. We have a bloody weird week because it seems like Microsoft looked at Sony's recent escapades with Helldivers 2, Ghost of Tsushima, and much more, and decided, we're missing out on public attention. So they decided to fuck shit up as well.
Yeah.
So, this week, we're going over
I can't believe the man.
more information from the Helldivers 2 controversy. Sony still locking people out with the Helldivers 2 situation. Ghost of Tsushima now being affected by the country lockout. Microsoft / Bethesda closing down Tango Gameworks, who were well known to who created Hi-Fi Rush. Yeah. And apparently the media were trying to claim that a player was nuking Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox in Fallout 76, in revenge. We have the person's roster. So, yeah. That's what we've got. What did you say, Will?
I kept hearing things about Phil Spencer being nuked.
Yes. It was being pushed around in the media that it was like a retaliation strike for the Tango software situation. But there's more information that's come out about that recently. So, shall we jump right in?
Let's do it.
Let's do this shit. So, I must have had reasons for everything I link through the week. I always have a reason for it. So I like to see what the hell's going on. As we know, we need to discuss this because I just added it as a little update last week.
Yes.
Which I just told Will about. Sony backtracked. We actually got what we wanted. Positive news. Huzzah. Finally.
Well, for the most part, as we will discuss after this, we got what we wanted.
Yeah, sadly, that is true.
However, at least you can continue playing the game without risking your account that could be worth tens of thousands.
Ha. Do you know all they did to do the update, by the way? Literally, I saw this, and it did make me laugh a little and feel sad simultaneously. Let's see if I can pull it up. Helldivers 2. Load. Thank you. And there it is. They basically just crossed out all this. And just added this little update, which is exactly what it says on the Sony homepage. But,
nice.
Yeah. They retracted. Sony relented. Unfortunately, though, even though Sony has relented, I only found this out literally about 3 hours after the video was published. All those 170 plus countries that were removed from being able to purchase the game are still on the no purchase list, with 3 being added just recently.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. If you reverted, why are you still banning these people from purchasing the game?
Blows my mind as well, because this is just they're making themselves lose out on customers and income for the game being sold.
Yeah. It's funny. I was talking to my partner's stepdad. Basically, we were talking about games in recent months, you know how we've been saying multiple times now, the indie market, these people are creating games from nowhere and are just blowing up, becoming such amazing titles, and then AAA games are flopping on their face constantly. We were
because
discussing this entire thing. What were you gonna say, sorry?
because these AAA games think all they have to do is throw money at it, whereas the indie games are actually making things that are fun.
That is very similar to what he said. He said effectively the AAA devs, they're not even really seem to be created by game development anymore. It's like they're just created by accountants. It's just, all
Yeah,
right, this earned us 300 million. Then we need to make a sequel to this game that's going to make us 320 million. And honestly, I'd say he's right. Whereas the smaller game developers, they make games not just because of money, primarily because, oh, I really like this game idea. I just wish it was like this instead. Oh, wait, I can actually build that. And I want to make it fun because it's something I would play. They see it more of a consumer view. And it's very much how I feel regarding like Sony and Microsoft as of late, honestly. It's just such a mess. But yeah, what you said is definitely accurate. And saying what he said, it's pretty much spot on. I can't really
it's,
say much.
it's just a shame to see because let's be honest, like whilst AAA games, there's a ton of money invested and they end up
Oh yeah.
costing more than other games. You at least knew you had something good to look forward to a few years back.
Yeah.
You'd be waiting a while because there's so much work gets put into it to make like as much of it as good as possible.
Oh definitely.
And now it's just, now if we hear about a AAA game, we're sort of just like, oh great, another few hundred mil getting thrown down the drain.
Yeah, exactly that. I mean, it's also kind of sad because a lot of people go into the games development industry because they have a love for gaming. But looking at it like nowadays, it feels very different.
Well, of course it's different. There's now quadruple A games. Whoa!
Yeah, Ubisoft, quadruple A gaming. Whoop whoop. Ugh. But yeah, Helldivers fans basically were treated to this. Helldivers fans, we've heard your feedback on Helldivers 2 account linking update. The May 6th update, which would have required Steam and PlayStation Network account linking for new players and for current players beginning May 30th, will not be moving forward. We're still learning what is best for PC players, and your feedback has been invaluable. Thanks again for your continued support of Helldivers 2, and we'll keep you updated on the future plans. This bit is a load of bollocks. Because you
It's,
know
it's all it's
the
all niceties trying to make themselves look like they care.
oh yeah, but you know the community manager of Helldivers 2. You know the
Yeah,
one who started out as a bit of a dick and then turned around and said, "If you want to tell them what to do and how to improve and things, downvote the game."
yeah.
They've been fired for that, for
Really?
saying downvote the game, for having the consumer's opinion in best basically interest.
I mean, I can from the company's perspective, I can understand that.
Oh yeah, but the CEO agreed.
And yeah, yeah, it's a bit of a fucked up situation to say the least.
No, I fully
I
agree
can,
with that.
I can both understand why they fired them, but at the same time, get behind the reasons that they said what they said.
Yeah, it's honestly a complete and utter mess with it. But yeah, I think having the consumer's interest at heart is what matters in this sort of situation. But
Yep.
I
And
also
the best
see,
thing for PC players is for Sony to just not be involved.
yeah, just give us the
Stick to your
games and fuck
consoles.
off. Give us the access to your games and just fuck off and leave us alone.
Yep.
Don't try and force your standards onto us. We don't have them, we don't need them, we don't care for them.
Nope.
So, this is where Sony continue to do weird things that don't make sense. Sony's still locking out divers from around the world, and Helldivers CEO's replied to 3 more countries being region locked. Helldivers 2 is now banned for purchase in Estonia, Lithuania, and Latvia as of 7 minutes ago. Still trying to say this is Steam's fault. Worst publisher in the industry. Randomly added 10th of May. That's 2 days ago. Which is way after Sony backtracked. Yeah? This is the CEO.
Supposed to happen on the 6th.
Exactly.
For the account linking.
So the CEO replied, because it was asking, someone asked about it, saying, Snoy doubling down, added 3 more countries, down with Snoy. I don't understand where the Snoy thing came from, honestly, but it's just sticking. So the CEO replies, hey, in regards to this, we have no idea what's going on. Most devs are on a bank holiday and we just found out through the community. We want this game to be available worldwide. I think that says a lot, really.
Yeah.
If they were literally just made aware, and that's the CEO, how the fuck can you make decisions like that and not let the CEO of the company who made the game know?
That's Snoy for you.
Oh, they're also making that the community dislikes.
Yeah.
They're making it into a cape for Helldivers 2. Honestly, I'm not even surprised. So, after this, all of a sudden, it started to pop up that Ghost of Tsushima was now impacted by this. Breaking. Ghost of Tsushima is no longer available in countries without PSN and is being removed from the stores in those regions, even if you just want to play single player. Greenman Gaming originally posted it. Thank you for choosing to pre-purchase Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut through our store. Due to issues beyond our control, the multiplayer modes in Ghost of Tsushima's Director's Cut will no longer be available to play without linking a PSN account. And unfortunately, your region is restricted from creating a PSN account. As a result, we have removed the product from our store in your region, and we will be refunding in full all customers who pre-purchase Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut from countries unable to create PSN accounts. This refund will take 5 to 7 days. So once again, good old Sony. Some guy called PC Nation responded, piracy has never been so justified in those regions. But as a lot of people said, why wouldn't you? Just fucking pirate it at that point. They're stopping you from playing a single player game because they decided against it. And why should you have to go out your way to break Steam's terms of service?
Like they were a little upset that Helldivers didn't go how they wanted it, so they're just taking their rage out on another game.
Exactly that. So yeah, officially on Steam, you cannot buy from any of these places.
Absolutely stupid, honestly.
Oh, it's insanity, mate. It really is. And I truly cannot figure out why they've decided to go down this route. But so Snoy is not the only one that are making bad decisions.
Yes, Xbox and Microsoft is feeling a little left out.
Xbox, Microsoft, Bethesda, all that good fun. Today it was announced that Tango Gameworks will close. Thank you to everyone that explored the worlds we created. Hi-Fi Rush, along with Tango's previous titles, will remain available and playable everywhere they are today. So, Tango Gameworks. The games they created. The Evil Within 2, Ghostwire Tokyo, and Hi-Fi Rush. Now, I kind of am surprised by this because Hi-Fi Rush genuinely came from nowhere and did amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, just on screen right now, they won a BAFTA for animation. The community absolutely loves and adores it. Ghostwire Tokyo, fan art, all there. More Hi-Fi Rush. Obviously, this is all linked directly to Tango Gameworks and it's a game they've created, yeah. But it was absolutely loved. It came from nowhere, was announced on the day it released. And it came went straight onto Game Pass and was absolutely adored. They were nominated for 5 awards at the BAFTAs: Audio Achievement, Artistic Achievement, Animation, Family, and New Intellectual Property. They hit the animation, winning an award for such a thing when I can't recall the last time Bethesda actually did win a decent award like that. And then I see this the moment I open up Bethesda. Oh dear. So
There must be something deeper that we don't know about yet that they've
there
not
must be.
announced, because you don't do that well, release games that good, and then just suddenly stop.
Yeah. Now, this guy here has probably nailed the point. Microsoft and Sony are fighting for the possession of the trashiest business decisions in the same month. So I thought to follow that on, I'd show you a friend of mine post. 24-hour poll. Within the last week, which country's having the worst PR disaster? Xbox closing studios, PlayStation, PSN for PC. Tie between Xbox and PS, or see results. Which one, Will, do you believe is the worst to the gamers?
It's a good question. They're both like different types, because the closing studios is just completely removing games, whereas PSN is just removing ability to play games.
Yeah.
I don't know. Both
You
are
you seem
horrendous.
like this guy. The fact that this poll is so difficult to choose is worrying.
Yeah.
So we'll go tie, shall we?
Yeah. Oof.
According to gamers, Xbox closing studios. But 25% agree it's a tie, which I definitely say that's how I feel. Because there is just so much bollocks with this.
I mean, if Sony keep going the way they're going with this whole PSN shit, they're
Oh,
going to
yeah.
be by far the worst, because they're going to eventually just block PC players from playing any PlayStation game.
Well, the other thing I'm dealing with at the moment, I pre ordered this game. Comes out in 4 days.
Yep.
I've got no preloading. There's been no announcements regarding preloading or anything else.
Get
No
ready for a
contact, no
pushback.
discussion. Honestly, I'm starting to get a tad worried because there's been no discussion. You know how all of the games that we pre-order, there's time between, they'll push some updates, state some things. But no, this is literally all the activity. Just me and my friends buying or wish listing or whatever. That's it. There's been no communication whatsoever. If you go to the community hub, it is still the same as it was that day. You don't actually own your games. Don't worry. Ghost of Tsushima won't require PSN. It does now. Almost immediately delists.
Is it on Steam?
Yeah, it's on Steam.
But it's still showing on Steam. Like, if you search it. Oh yeah, it's literally on the front page.
Yeah. But for some reason, there's no communication, even though 4 days away. Even this update here was not actually pushed as a note or like a update information regarding the game. It was just left there for you to check out the next time you see it. I just find that beyond dumb. But for Xbox, they seem to be getting some crap regarding this Tango, and I understand why. Now, the reason I've got this is they basically found the person who nuked Phil Spencer. He revealed himself after all this time. Because it was being said in multiple posts. I'll see if I can find it actually. The fact that this is a weird fucking. It's a actual sentence is insane. Phil Spencer nuked. Phil Spencer's camp in Fallout 76 has been nuked. So, players are nuking Phil Spencer. A lot of them were going on basically just saying, yeah, he's been nuked. It's because of this. It was personal. But then over the couple days, when they finally got in contact with the guy, no, it wasn't personal. He was just the final boss in my eyes. It was nothing to do with the closures. But for some reason, they were hell-bent on claiming it was. Oh, man. It's
anything to bend it into their favor, eh?
Exactly. And that is the media summed up with this sort of stuff. I can't comprehend for the life of me why you would be so obsessed with going, oh yeah, we just need to absolutely hammer down that gaming is horrific. Anyone who does it is an awful person. We need them all to suffer. No. It's just abysmal. It really is. And I can't truly comprehend a lot of it. It baffles the hell out of me. But out of curiosity, apparently, regarding Phil Spencer being nuked, he has all of a sudden earned the achievement for launching a nuke. Well, for getting to the point where he can launch a nuke. So, people are starting to wonder whether Phil Spencer is about to retaliate. Which I'm quite amused by, I must admit.
Just load into Fallout 76 and just get instant nuked.
Yeah. So I've just realised how quickly we got through the topics this week. Like 23 minutes, we're done.
Wait, actually?
Seriously.
Holy
So
shit.
Rory now has to do the fun bit of trying to find some bits to like discuss. So I thought this would be a nice little topic. A Fallout New Vegas player is trying to raise 500 grand to display Mr. House's face on the New Vegas sphere. I love this idea. Oh wait, can we find it? Here it is.
Oh my god!
We need to do this. Display Mr. House on the Las Vegas sphere for one day. Let's get down to business. As the sole proprietor of the Las Vegas Strip, it's only right that Mr. House of Robco Industries makes his presence known and the crown jewel of the Mojave. I love it. Someone donated $200.
Yep.
Just straight. That's insanity.
Yep. Oh my god. So many people.
So, $2,000 have been raised so far. Yeah, more people. Just like, why wouldn't you want to see this? Especially if you live in New Vegas. Like, come on. Fallout franchise fan Evan Zarsaz, that's a weird name, earlier this week with the goal of obtaining enough cash to put the face of New Vegas's enigmatic ruler on the real-life Las Vegas sphere for one day.
They love using awkward words in their posts.
Don't they just? Every single time they do this to me. It's annoying. It costs about $500,000. It's quite pricey, but the Las Vegas Sphere is typically used for advertisements. And it would seem the Sphere's accounting department doesn't take bottle caps in lieu of cash.
Sure.
Damn it. Progress is slow.
Ridiculous, though. They built this giant sphere that costed who knows how much money.
Oh, yeah.
And all they're using it for is ads.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we really are moving on to the world of Cyberpunk, dude.
Exactly. I fully agree with that. Progress has been slow in the 2 days since the GoFundMe campaign was launched. 38 donors have raised a total of only $380. Still, we're sure Mr. House would be flattered by the gesture, and it seems Zarsaz fellow Fallout fans firmly support his fundraising goals, with some making mock-ups of what the sphere would look like if the fundraiser were to succeed. Like, if the Fallout series do not advertise it by just fucking doing this, there's something wrong.
I'm still very much looking forward to see what they do next with the Fallout series, but I'm sure we're going to be waiting like 2 years on that.
Don't upset me like that.
The truth hurts, my friend.
I know it does. That's why I don't like listening to it. It's a liar. A liar, I tell you.
We didn't check, by the way, what the Helldivers is looking like on Steam now.
Oh yeah, I'll quickly pull that up for you. No, not Helldivers. That's something very different. So, after everything, 68% positive out of 336,000 recent reviews, and 74% positive of all time out of 630,000 reviews. So it's definitely an improvement.
To say the least, considering we were at a pretty bad point.
But people have started to do it again.
Well, we've got the whole
countries being
limited. Yeah.
Yeah. So people are kicking it back again. So yeah, that's still ongoing. I can't say it's complete until
No, there's still quite a lot of work to be done. That's for sure.
Yeah, and to be honest, it's just a bit depressing lately. To be brutally honest. Like, all we want about this time of the year is some positive news.
Yeah, we can't seem to be going a week without someone fucking up something.
Exactly. Like, that's all I want. Just some positive news for a week. Just 1 week. That's all I ask for. I don't give a shit the week after. I will take it. But you don't seem to care. None of you bastards seem to care. Oh, actually, I do have something. But it's more bad news.
No.
Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League disappointing release led to a $200 million shortfall for Warner Brothers.
Nice.
Yeah. I thought you'd like to know just how badly that game fucked up.
Much like many of the games.
Yeah, don't remind me. Warner Brothers Discovery has once again commented on Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League's financial performance, which came in below expectations. CEO David Zaslav. Dear God, these names sometimes. said during a briefing, as reported by VGC, that the poor performance of Kill the Justice League brought down the company's entire studio's division, which encompasses not just games but also the film and TV division. Jesus Christ. They
Nice.
fucked up that badly that the film and TV, and also the games department all got impacted.
Well, 200 million is quite a loss.
Hmm. Zaslav said Kill the Justice League had been disappointing. Release going on to note that this latest quarter was going to be a tough one due to comparisons to last year. That's because Hogwarts Legacy was released in February 2023 and went on to put up massive sales numbers. In fact, Hogwarts Legacy was the best selling game overall in the US for the entirety of 2023, beating out even Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Not that that was a challenge, considering that game was ass.
It's Call of
Not
Duty,
that.
man. It's just the same boring shit over and over.
Exactly. It's not like I'm lying. Warner Bros. Discovery CFO Gunnar. What the hell are these names, man? What is it today? Ah. Okay, I'm gonna go. Warner Bros. Discovery CFO Gunnar put things into perspective further, saying the difference in financial performance between Hogwarts Legacy and Kill the Justice League led to a $200 million impact to the company's bottom line during the quarter. So, about a $200 million difference.
Yeah. That's a
That sounds
substantial number.
believable. Back in February, during the previous earnings call, Gunnar alluded to tough times to come, saying the poor performance of Kill the Justice League would be setting our games business up for a tough year-over-year comp. Well, I mean, if you'd have just made another fucking Arkham game instead, you wouldn't have this problem, would you?
You all know what Rory wanted.
Yep, and they then announced one, and it turns out it's a VR only. Ha 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 ha. And it's not even Steam VR, it's Meta VR only. Expectations were high for Kill the Justice
Quest is
League.
meta, is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah. At least you can play it.
Yeah, I can play it. I just can't play it through my PC, which is annoying. Expectations were high for Kill the Justice League, which was made by Rockstar Games, but Rocksteady Games, sorry. But the game didn't resonate, and at least on PC, player figures have dropped dramatically. In the wake of Kill the Justice League's poor performance, Warner Bros. Discovery gaming boss JB Perrette has said the company will focus on core franchises to bring at least some of them to the mobile and free to play space, as well as to invest in live service games that people play and spend money on over a long period of time, rather than just investing a one and done console game. How do we develop around, for example, a Hogwarts Legacy or Harry Potter that is live service where people can live and work and build and play in that world on an ongoing basis?
Rory, you
So,
sound like a dead robot.
yeah, I felt
Are
like it
you,
reading that.
are you okay, Rory?
No, he destroyed me as I was reading it. He wants to turn everything into either a fucking mobile or free to play or live service title.
Free to play in quotation marks.
I run immediately back to the accounting fucking remark from earlier. Like, this is all for money. That's all that's for. So, in other words, don't expect anything good from Warner Brothers for a very, very long time.
But yeah, I mean, with that massive loss, the only thing they're going to be thinking about is how they can make their money back, not how can we make anything actually good.
Well, ironically, if you make something good, you'll make the money back and more.
A lot to them.
Let's have a quick check of these comments here. I find it funny that they see that Hogwarts Legacy was the best-selling game of 2023, but then they go, "We don't want games like this. We want games like Kill the Justice League." Fucking exactly.
Because that went so well for you guys.
The thing is, Hogwarts Legacy is good, but they decided not to milk it. They could have decided to support it to make make DLC for new seasons. They have the new seasons have the main character move to 6th year and a whole new story for him. Instead, they saw the success of that game and said, "Wow, it sold well. Huh? Too bad it's over, huh?" Exactly. That is fucking spot on the money.
You have to question quite a bit of their judgment site.
Yeah. It kind of goes a bit back to what we were discussing when I was ranting a couple of weeks ago regarding Ubisoft and what they took from the whole VR thing. Oh, there's not enough for a market in VR. No, there is. You just need to make a decent game for it. And you just need to, advertise it well. It's that entire thing again. They're taking the wrong thing from their sales figures. Expectations were high for Kill the Justice League, which was made by Rockstar Game, didn't resonate, yeah, baby. In the wake of Kill the Justice League's poor performance, is this literally just quoting? Oh, here we are. This shows just how out of touch the top suits are if their expectations were high for this one, because reactions have been negative to this flop long before it was actually released, but their takeaway from all of this is to double down. Spot on. It didn't come in below expectations for all of the people who were paying attention, in brackets gamers. Gamers don't want live service trash. Good single-player games have been absolutely killing it for years. Had they listened to what gamers were asking for years and focused on making a single-player experience and made it more like the Arkham games, they would have sold so many more copies. Haven't I been saying this? I'll bet the people at Rocksteady have been sending out resumes for a while. I see a studio closure announcement coming. How they can afford to make one game every 9 years and have the game not sell is beyond me. Yeah. No, exactly. I've stood by it. All I want is to make is to find a mod. Every time I come back to this photo. All I want is to find a mod that makes my Fallout single player games and co-op and Skyrim, Elder Scrolls games all co-op, so I can play with friends with my mods. That's all I want. I don't care about like a lot of stuff now. Just give me like Fallout New Vegas co-op and stuff like that. I'm happy. I am more than happy with that. But yeah, recent ones, dear God, are they fucked. The entire games industry is just falling to pieces.
Well, we said that, but we keep forgetting about the indie devs just, casually making absolute masterpieces.
Yeah. I mean, actually, I was thinking, there.
Come on, Roy.
They've destroyed my brain. I was contemplating about this. So let's talk about the indie developers that have made the games, and then we can talk about the publishers and the bigger ones who fucked it up. So, we'll start off. Palworld. How's that standing still? 93% positive overall, 90% in the last 30 days, 5,097 reviews. So that's still building strong. Let's have a quick check on the player count, shall we?
I mean, if we just look at the player count, we can just see from like the top games how these new AAA games or anything that's supposed to be like absolutely amazing that turned into complete and utter, trash are not up on those lists.
Yeah. I mean, Palworld hit a stupidly high peak. One will not see for a long time, I can't see. But you just have a quick look here. That is still extremely good statistics.
Yeah.
You do not see these stats very often nowadays. Just as a where will it be? Do I really have to type this out? Oh, is 3 not on there?
I don't know because there's just such a mess.
It looks like it is. It's just weird. I don't like this. This is weird. Ah, there it is.
The way they've named their games is just such a
Ooh,
absolute mess.
32%
Christ.
rating. No,
Oh,
we
maybe
can't
I'm a
see
big
the
fan.
charts, sadly. But the rating's enough for me. I can work off that. Okay, so Pal World is still holding relatively strong. Okay, that's Microsoft, I believe, is the
One of the
advertiser. Oh no,
one of the
they
last
do their own publishing.
articles one of the last articles you read there was saying about how Hogwarts Legacy was the bestseller of 2023.
Shall we check that?
See, yeah,
Let's have a look at Hogwarts Legacy. Now,
sitting at
Hogwarts Legacy,
90%.
yep, it's set at a 90% rating. Let's have a quick look on Steam as well, because side by side, they're sometimes a little different here and there. So 91% positive at 189,180, whereas this is 90.58%, so probably about the same, but that's at 264,000 reviews. So that's a lot more. So apparently the average player count is, let's say, roughly 8,000 a day. Sounds about right, with a peak on Sundays, apparently. A bit weird. Ironically, yeah, it seems like it's peaking every Sunday. Yeah, literally every Sunday it peaks.
People just have a little more time, I guess.
Yeah. That's a bit weird. But yeah. So this game's still actually got quite a few players, which is unusual for a single player title.
Yeah.
Especially when a lot of stuff's already been gone through. So, Hogwarts Legacy, still doing well, I'd say. So, we already know about Helldivers, but we'll just pull it up here. Player count right now, 78k.
I mean,
24-hour peak,
still a lot of
117.
players, man.
Yeah, that game's not going to slow down anytime soon, is it?
I'm surprised the peak is as low as it is for the amount that it has constantly playing.
The all-time peak.
Yeah.
Oh, that's because that's roughly the cap of the servers.
Ah,
Yeah, that's what we
that
could
does
get up
make
to.
sense.
Yeah. So then we've got, let's see, Pacific Drive, which came out. So that's at 83.79% on here with 722 players. The reason I pull up Pacific Drive is because it was absolutely adored by anyone who played it. 83% positive, 80% there, and is it a early access? No, it's not. But it's an indie game, and a lot of people absolutely fucking adore it.
Just remember the topic, by the way.
Oh,
After you're done here.
perfect. But for such a small indie game, Ironwood Studios, Kepler Interactive, Ironwood only made Pacific Drive. It's the only game they've ever made. And Kepler, they're making the Flintlock game, which is due to be quite big. Well, so they're publishing. They've published Gorn. They've basically published a lot of indies. So, yeah, I'd say overall, indies are doing relatively okay there.
Yeah. I mean, typically, as long as they're not broken or just generally shit, which you get them everywhere in terms of
Yeah,
games. They always have like a small community indie games.
exactly. I mean, I play a lot of Shadows of Doubt still. I've not actually checked this in a bit. my detective game, as I call it. 457
Oh,
right
right,
now,
yeah.
729 all time, 24-hour. It's still impressive to this day. It really is. But yeah, I feel like that kind of tackles that point. That yes, indie games are actually doing quite well for themselves, and they've got their own little audience. And good on them.
Yep. They always
So,
have a little group that adores the game, and they definitely make a bit of money off of that group that follows them.
oh, completely, yeah, and deservedly so, personally.
Absolutely, especially considering the majority of them are what, between 1 and 3 people, will we say?
Oh yeah, I'd
So
say
it's definitely well earned.
indie can be up to a team size of, I'd say, between 1 and 50 people.
I feel like the ones we've been seeing recently, though, have been very low numbers in comparison.
They're not massive. Honestly, they're not massive at all. I mean, there's a game that I was told about yesterday. I've seen it already, but it's called Manlords. I don't know
Yeah,
if you've
yeah,
heard
this is
about
the
it.
one. We briefly talked about this one. I told you, I'm pretty sure it's meant to be Polish. Give me 1 second.
No, it's yeah, it's supposed to be Polish, and on top of that, it's actually only, if I'm right, it's still an early access. It is.
Sorry.
It's alright. I just realised I can't find the pause button today, so it would have literally just stopped it, so I just kept talking. Um,
That's fine.
so it's in early access still. And there's a big thing about it. This game is made by one guy.
Yeah, see, another one, just one guy. I feel like that's been a
88%
lot of our
positive.
releases that we've seen recently.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Now, I should really keep Steam DB on a bloody bookmark at this point.
Yeah,
Because we use it like every week.
just make yourself a desktop shortcut, man.
Oh, yeah. That's how well it's doing. A game made by one guy.
Yeah, holy shit, 173K.
Yeah.
Damn.
You can't even, like, no one can ignore that, really.
No.
Just putting it lightly. You can't ignore it. Release date. So 159K on release. 170 the day after.
That's what, three weeks
173
ago,
the day after. Yeah.
almost.
Now, obviously, it dropped after that, and now it's just got its reoccurring player base. That's
Yeah,
what's building at the moment. But it's been talked about quite a lot, and a lot of people are thoroughly enjoying it. Obviously, it's got bugs as a opening game. It's a building, but you can go all the way down to the base level to the roads, and you can see your village, check everything out, and basically witness it all going on, which is impressive because that is a lot of detail to be able to pay attention to.
yeah.
So yeah, people are falling in love with it, and the reviews do reflect that for the most part. There's some obviously that it's like, yeah, it's got a lot of potential, but they need to fix some things. When I return, we'll see then.
I mean, that's just how it's going to be, especially
Yeah,
with one person making it.
exactly.
Things that are wrong are going to take a while to get fixed, and that's the thing when it comes to people who follow indie games. They know that that's how it works. You
Yeah,
know, they know it's a small group. We're not talking about a massive company that can deploy a hotfix in 15 minutes so that it's not a big issue anymore, and then take time to properly like fix every aspect of it.
spot on. Yeah, that's the thing. A big company would have a lot more resources for this sort of thing, but we know that.
Yeah,
We all expect it, and we respect that to move forwards. So what we do, we basically go, okay, it needs some work. We'll wait a bit. We'll come back and check it in X amount of time, see how it comes along.
I
And
mean,
that's all
just
we
look at
do.
the performance of this guy's game compared to the games we just checked that were meant to be massive games made by enormous studios.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, you know what? Let's do this. Charts. this is the chart for Manlords. I'm now going to... I best close that down. I forgot I had that open.
Hmm.
I'm going to have that there. Now, just give me a moment and I will get something set up as a comparison. So that's the detail there. Are you ready to have your mind blown?
Oh, yes. What game are we comparing? Oh. Oh my god.
This is Triple A.
That is pathetic, honestly.
Yeah. You know what? I've got that on max. Obviously, this has been out nearly 3 months. Its highest
Doesn't
was
matter.
13k. That's on
Holy
release. Spot on release. This is release for Manlords.
Oh dear.
Is it just me, or does that look like it's backwards?
Yeah, they've definitely got some things to think about there.
Yeah. Now let's look at this store data a moment. So we got 425,957 followers to 41,015. 24th place in top sellers to 1,704th place. 35,241 positive reviews.
24th? God damn.
Yeah. To 6,110 positive. 4,866 negative reviews to 2,231. And 87.87% positive reviews compared to 73.25%. If you look at the Twitch stats here, because
7 years.
I bloody love SteamDB so much for all this. Twitch stats. So we got 2,093 viewers live viewers right now to 7. 3,342 to the 24-hour peak to 52. Now, the all-time peak is very different here, because you got 66,654 all-time peak for this game, whereas this game you got 155,177. Now,
That was
do you
probably
know
before
why that
release.
is? No,
Probably
actually.
before release, no?
No, surprisingly not. It's the idea that us as consumers, yes, even though we all saw Suicide Squad kill the Justice League and went, this is going to be dog shit from the first trailer and from the gameplay trails and stuff moving forwards, we all needed to have kind of that confirmation that yes, it was as abysmal as we thought it would be. So when we saw big people going, yeah, I'm picking it up just to see how it is and we'll see how it goes, obviously loads of people went in to check that shit out. Because why the fuck wouldn't you? Whereas with this game, people saw what it had to offer, it showed it, people liked it from the get-go, and then went, right, I'm going to pick it up. But it's a very niche genre. Whereas this is a third-person action-adventure game, this live service action-adventure game, this is a town builder. That's what it
You've also
is,
got
that's
to
what it's meant to
remember,
be.
we're currently comparing people who wanted just to get a look at the game. Whereas
Exactly.
above, we got a comparison of people who genuinely wanted to play the game
Exactly.
of just
You are spot on with that. It's mainly just a difference in basically view on this one, so I wouldn't really. The comparison doesn't really make much sense. But yeah, owner estimations. I thought this one would be fun for you. 801.9 thousand by play trackers guesses and estimations. 117.6 thousand by play tracker. 1.75 million by, you know what, we'll go down this one, then we'll go down this one. 2.31 million by Steam Spy and 3.65 million by VG Insights. Whereas this, 117.6 thousand, 144.1 thousand, 151,000, and 249.8 thousand.
a substantial number difference.
Yeah, and these thought that was a positive. So yeah, I thought this would be the perfect one to really compare it to. You know, this brand new game.
Yeah.
that was made by one guy. I'm curious. How, actually, yeah, I am curious. There's another game. How's this doing?
What the hell?
You might not have heard of this one, but I quite like it. It's like Stardew-esque, but also mixed with Animal Crossing. It's weird, but it's fun. And sorry, I just need to quickly re-pull that one back up. So that's at 130. Yeah, Dinkum's actually beating it out of the water at the moment. It's almost got higher peak than it as well.
It wouldn't take much to beat that game. Let's be honest.
No,
It's been a complete and utter shit show for them.
exactly. It's honestly, it's a really enjoyable game, but I was just curious, considering it's been like nearly 2 years or whatever, apparently. But yeah, it had like a really small following and suddenly blew up. I don't know what happened. I think I bought it about this time period.
Release hype.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, so what the fuck? Warner Brothers, do better.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. To be honest, well, I don't have anything else I can say. That is the most I think I can do to truly give us more to talk about today.
I got one for you.
Ooh, shoot!
7 days releasing leaving early access
Holy shit!
with what would have been Alpha 22 is now going to be version 1.0. And honestly, um, I really enjoyed the game.
Yeah.
And they only have like literally like 3 to 5 pre-gen maps, which I basically have never played. I've always just done random gen.
Okay.
And there is one very much needed thing they're adding to random gen maps that you make. And it is a massive roadmap update. So like roads are actually going to connect properly now. If you're
Oh yeah.
driving around, you'll be able to basically get everywhere. There will even be like tunnels going through mountains and stuff. So it's just generally going to make everything look a whole lot better and like seem a whole lot cooler because everything actually connects instead of just, oh well, the road just suddenly ends here. I got to drive over this mountain to get to the other side of the road.
Yeah.
But
So they're
obviously, on
finally
top of that,
releasing it.
yeah, 11 years later, by the way. Obviously, on top of that, it's just going to be a general increase in performance, hopefully.
See, that's the hope, but that game is it's never ever done performance well.
No. Well, it was fine up until Alpha 19, I think it
Huh?
was, when suddenly it just went to shit.
That doesn't make sense.
It's just the trailer, I think.
Yeah. No, that's what doesn't make sense.
Oh, strange.
How often do they do that?
But yeah, apparently they're going to be bumping up the price quite a lot as well whenever it really remove her whenever it leaves early access.
Oh yeah. They really don't like players responding to them, do they?
Apparently not.
Jesus Christ. I've counted like one. Oh,
6.
two now. Yeah, they just don't seem to like player response.
The one that does have discussions is probably ones that they've created.
Yeah. No, it turns out it's just secretly a moderator.
Second comment.
Yeah. Finally, after a decade.
Oh, look at that. Go back up, Brian there. I need to ask this before we install it. Did you guys solve the poor performance issues?
Yeah, it's not supposed to run like this, especially for a game with such pixelized graphics.
Are you sure it's not too early?
Yeah, you know, better safe than sorry. So maybe a few more years. Yeah, exactly. Well, but yeah, I think that's everything. Would you agree with that?
I would say so, yeah.
Perfect. Well, with all that said and done, then, thank you all very much for watching. If you have enjoyed, feel free to click like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff, and feel free to
Hopefully
join the
the
Discord.
sheer amount of comparisons today sort of open your eyes to where the market's at today with
Oh
games.
yeah, it's been a
Keep an eye on those
it's
indie games
been
at the
weird.
moment. They're doing extremely well. That's all I can say.
Yeah, it's been a weird week, and hopefully next week we'll be back to some sort of normality.
Well, we'll see. It depends if the competition for worst company decisions is over yet.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. I mean, you know, we're getting closer to the end of the month, so hopefully.
You never know. Close to the end of the month, mate. It's not even halfway through.
I'm hopeful, okay? Leave me alone.
It is false hope, brother.
Let me have my hope. But yeah,
Uh,
thank you all for watching, and we will see you all next time. Bye for now, guys.
have a good one, guys. See you next week.